The most superficial and longest muscle in the calf is the gastrocnemius. To stretch the gastrocnemius, or the belly of the gastrocnemius, you will lay on your back with your legs flat. You'll put a rope around the ball of your foot. You'll reach your toes straight back toward the knee. You'll use the rope for overpressure, hold for 2 seconds, return all the way to a neutral position, and apply 8 to 10 repetitions in this position. Try to breathe out on the stretch and try to inhale between stretches. After 8 to 10 repetitions, you can wrap the rope around the foot once, like a stirrup, and this will help us stretch some different angles of the gastrocnemius muscle. Lay on your back again in the same position with your knees flat, but now instead of reaching the toes straight back toward your knee, you're going to reach the toes at an up and inward angle, as though the toes were pointing toward the opposite hip. With the rope wrapped around the foot once like a stirrup, it's easy to steer the foot up and in, or apply pressure up and inward when we get to the end range of the stretch, especially if you pull a little more with the opposite hand or the hand opposite the foot that's stretching. Hold each stretch for 2 seconds at a time. After 8 to 10 repetitions, we can now stretch up and out at a little less than a 45-degree angle outward. And now if we pull with the hand that's on the same side as the foot a little more than the opposite hand, that will help pull the foot up and outward into the proper direction for the stretch. After 8 to 10 repetitions, you can switch sides and stretch the same 3 directions on this side. Reach the toes straight back toward the knee first. Reach into the stretch, use the rope for overpressure, hold for 2 seconds, return all the way to a neutral position, and apply 8 to 10 repetitions in this position. After 8 to 10 repetitions, you can wrap the rope around the foot once like a stirrup, and this will help us to stretch the different angles of the gastrocnemius. First, stretch the toes up and inward as though the toes are pointing toward the opposite hip. Pull a little more with the hand opposite the foot that's stretching, and that will help to steer the foot in the up and inward direction. Make sure that you're actively reaching into the stretch and just applying overpressure at the end with the rope. After 8 to 10 repetitions with the toes going inward, we can then go outward for 8 to 10 repetitions again. Pull a little more with the same side hand than the opposite hand, and that will help us steer the toes up and out as we reach in that direction and apply a stretch. Hold each repetition for 2 seconds at a time.